Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DreamWave English. I'm Sophia, your host for today. You are starting a powerful journey to master English in the easiest and most natural way. This lesson is not about learning difficult grammar rules. It is not about memorizing rare words you will never use. Instead, it is about the most important words of daily life, the words you hear and speak every single day. By the end of this practice, you will feel more confident, more natural, and more fluent in English. Think about this. Fluency is not built by learning thousands of complicated words. Fluency is built when you can take the most common words and use them easily in real life. These words are like the bricks of a house. One by one, sentence by sentence, they create the strong home of your English fluency. And today, we are going to build this home together. Let's begin where your day begins your home. Imagine waking up in the morning. The first place you open your eyes is your bedroom. In this room, you have many useful words: blanket, pillow, mattress, wardrobe, curtains. Each of these words is simple, but when you use them in real sentences, you sound fluent. For example, say, I pulled the blanket off and placed my head back on the pillow before getting out of bed. Do you feel how natural it sounds? Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. This morning I opened the curtains and let the sunlight into my room. I put my clothes in the wardrobe to keep them organized. Good. You are not only learning words, you are training your brain to connect them into real life. That is fluency. Now, let's move to the kitchen, another important part of your home. Here you find words like stove, fridge, cupboard, spoon, knife, plate, glass. You use them every day. For example, I opened the fridge and took out a glass of milk. Or, I placed the plate on the table and picked up a spoon. Practice with me now. Repeat aloud. I cooked breakfast on the stove. I washed the knife and the spoon after eating. I put the glass back in the cupboard. When you say these sentences, your tongue, lips, and brain are working together in English. This is how fluency grows. After breakfast, you get ready to leave the house. Here are more important words: shoes, socks, jacket, umbrella, bag. Let's put them in sentences. Imagine, I put on my shoes and jacket before leaving the house. Or, I carried my bag and held my umbrella because it was raining. Now your turn. Repeat after me. I wore a jacket because it was cold outside. I put my socks on before putting on my shoes. I took my bag with me to school. Well done. These sentences prepare you for everyday conversation. Next, think about daily transportation when you go to work, school, or the market. Words like bus, train, ticket, station, driver, seat are very common. You might say, I bought a ticket at the station, or I sat near the window on the bus. Repeat these sentences slowly. I waited at the bus stop for 10 minutes. I asked the driver for a ticket. I found an empty seat and sat down. Each sentence makes your English sound more natural. Another important situation in daily life is shopping. When you go shopping, you use words like store, cashier, basket, price, money, receipt, bag. These words are easy, but they are very useful. For example, I put the apples in the basket, or I gave the cashier some money and took the receipt. Practice with me. The store was full of people. I checked the price before buying the shirt. I put the receipt in my bag. Everyday life is also about emotions. You need words to express how you feel. Common ones include happy, angry, excited, tired, worried, calm. These are not just vocabulary words. They are tools to share your feelings in English. For example, I was excited to meet my friend, or I felt tired after walking home. Now let's practice. Repeat after me. I am happy when I finish my work on time. I feel worried before an exam. I stay calm when I practice breathing slowly. Excellent. You see, fluency is not about difficult words. It is about natural self-expression. Let's move into another important area, work and study. At work, you often hear words like meeting, deadline, computer, colleague, manager, project, email. In school, you use words like teacher, student, classroom, subject, exam, homework, library. These are everyday words. They are not difficult, but they are powerful. For example, at work you might say, I joined a meeting with my colleagues, or I sent an email to my manager. At school you might say, the teacher gave the students homework, or I studied for the exam in the library. Practice these sentences now. I finished the project before the deadline. The classroom was full of students. I enjoyed reading books in the library. The subject I like most is English. Do you see how these sentences feel close to real life? That is why they are so effective. Now, let's bring everything together. Imagine this long sentence. I wore my jacket because it was cold, walked to the bus station, bought a ticket, and then studied English in the library. This sentence connects weather, clothing, transportation, and school vocabulary all in one. That is advanced fluency. Practice aloud. I listened to music while cooking dinner. I carried my umbrella because it was raining. I played sports with my friends in the park. Every time you repeat a sentence like this, your fluency grows stronger. Remember, fluency is not about memorizing long lists of difficult words. It is about mastering the simple, everyday words and using them naturally. When you can do that, you will sound advanced, confident, and fluent in English. So, today we practiced words from your home, your kitchen, your clothes, your transportation, shopping, emotions, work, and school. Already you can see how many sentences you can create with just these simple words. In the next part, we will expand even more, moving into social life, health, travel, and food. Keep repeating these sentences out loud. The more you practice, the faster you will feel natural and confident. Great work so far. You've already practiced many words about home, school, work, transportation, and shopping. Now, let's continue building fluency step by step. In this part, we will explore social life, health, travel, and food topics that appear every single day in conversations. Let's begin with social life. Every person meets friends, talks to family, or spends time with neighbors. To do this in English, you need words like visit, chat, invite, dinner, party, gift, and conversation. These are simple but very powerful because they help you connect with people. For example, you can say, I invited my friend to dinner, or we had a nice chat after the party. These sentences sound natural and warm. Now practice aloud with me. I visited my cousin last weekend. I gave my friend a gift for her birthday. We had a long conversation about our plans. Good. Each sentence you speak makes your English stronger. Now, let's move to health and the doctor. This is a very important part of daily life. Words like doctor, nurse, hospital, medicine, appointment, pain, healthy are essential. Imagine you need to see a doctor. You can say, I made an appointment with the doctor, or the nurse gave me some medicine. Practice these sentences now. I felt pain in my stomach. The doctor said I should eat healthy food. I went to the hospital for a checkup. Excellent. These words are not only useful for communication, but also for your real life. Health vocabulary also connects to lifestyle. Words like exercise, diet, rest, strong, energy, sleep. For example, I exercise every morning to stay strong. Or, I need more sleep to have energy. Repeat after me. I follow a healthy diet. I try to rest when I feel tired. Exercise gives me more energy. By speaking aloud, you are training yourself to express daily habits in English. Now, let's expand into travel vocabulary. Whenever you move from one city to another, or even just plan a trip, you need words like airport, passport, ticket, luggage, hotel, reservation, and map. Imagine this sentence. I showed my passport at the airport. Or, I made a reservation at the hotel. These are simple but extremely useful. Practice now. I carried my luggage to the taxi. I bought a ticket for the train. I used a map to find the street. Good. And now, imagine a real conversation. One person asks, "Excuse me, where is the bus station?" Another says, "It is near the park, just 2 minutes away. Practicing these dialogues will make you more confident in real travel situations. Now let's talk about food and eating, one of the most common topics in English. Everyone talks about food. Everyone eats. You need words like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, restaurant, menu, order, waiter, bill, delicious. Practice with me. Say, I ate dinner with my family. The waiter brought the menu to the table. The food was delicious, and I paid the bill after eating. Excellent. These are sentences you can imagine and use in real life. In restaurants, you will often have small conversations. For example, could I see the menu, please? Or, I would like to order a sandwich. Later, could I have the bill, please? These short exchanges are very common in English-speaking countries. Food also connects to emotions and experiences. For example, I enjoyed the snack because it was sweet, or the dinner was special because we celebrated a birthday. Now, let's practice. I enjoyed the snack. The dinner was special. The restaurant was busy. Very good. Notice how practicing these sentences creates fluency step by step. Now, let's expand into free time and hobbies. Everyone has hobbies, and talking about them makes conversations friendly. Useful words include music, movie, sport, reading, painting, traveling, gardening, shopping. Imagine saying, I like listening to music in the evening. Or, we watched a movie together. Or, she enjoys painting on weekends. Repeat after me. I enjoy reading books. I play sports with my friends. Gardening makes me feel relaxed. Excellent. These words give your conversations more life. Let's imagine a real dialogue. One person says, what do you like to do in your free time? Another replies, I like traveling and listening to music. This is natural and easy to practice. Now, let's focus on feelings and personality. Words that describe people are very useful in daily conversations. Words like kind, honest, friendly, hardworking, shy, polite, serious. Practice aloud. She is friendly with everyone. I am a serious student. He is shy but also very kind. Think about real questions like, what is your teacher like? You can answer, she is hardworking and very friendly. Or, he is serious but kind. These are real conversations you will hear often. Now let's move outside into weather and environment. Weather is one of the most common small talk topics in English. You need words like sunny, rainy, cloudy, storm, hot, cold, wind, snow. Practice slowly. The wind is strong today. It snowed last winter. The storm was loud and scary. And think about a common exchange. How's the weather? The reply, it's sunny and warm today. Or, it's cold and windy outside. These are short, but they make your English natural. Now, let's practice combining vocabulary from different areas into longer sentences. This is how fluency truly develops. Repeat after me. I wore my jacket because it was cold and windy outside. We ate dinner at a restaurant after watching a movie. The teacher gave homework before the exam next week. Notice how we connect clothing, weather, food, and school vocabulary in one smooth sentence. That is fluency. More practice. I listened to music while cooking dinner. I carried my umbrella because it was raining. I played sports with my friends in the park. These longer sentences make your English sound advanced, even with simple words. So in this part, you practice vocabulary for social life, health, travel, food, hobbies, feelings, personality, and weather. You also learned how to combine words into complete stories. Remember, every single word is like a small brick. But when you join them together, you create the strong building of fluency. In the next part, we will go deeper into communication, time expressions, directions, money, and daily routines. These are the glue of everyday English, the words and sentences that make your conversation smooth and polite. Keep practicing out loud. Speak slowly and clearly. The more you repeat, the more natural you will feel. You have done excellent practice so far. You can now describe your home, food, hobbies, social life, and even travel situations. In this part, let's focus on some of the most important areas of real conversation: communication, time, directions, money, and daily routines. These are the words and expressions you will use every single day. Let's start with basic communication words. These are small but powerful. They include hello, goodbye, please, thank you, sorry, excuse me, how are you, nice to meet you. Many learners think these words are too simple, but in truth, they are the foundation of real fluency. Imagine walking into a store. You say, "Hello, excuse me, can you help me?" The cashier answers, "Of course, how can I help you?" After you buy something, you say, "Thank you, have a good day." The cashier replies, "Goodbye, see you again." This short conversation is real English that happens every day. Now, repeat these aloud. Hello, how are you? Excuse me, can you help me? Thank you so much. Goodbye, see you tomorrow. Excellent. You are training yourself to use polite and natural English. Now, let's move to time vocabulary. Talking about time is one of the most common needs in English. Words like morning, afternoon, evening, night, yesterday, today, tomorrow, week, month. Practice with me. I wake up every morning at 7. I will call you tomorrow night. Yesterday was a long day. We will meet next week. These sentences give you the ability to tell stories, plan events, and share your schedule in English. Now, let's focus on directions and places. When you travel, meet someone, or visit a new place, you often need to ask for directions. Useful words include left, right, straight, corner, street, road, bridge, park, market, bank. Imagine asking, "Excuse me, where is the bank?" Someone replies, "Go straight, then turn left at the corner." These are short, clear, and very useful. Repeat these sentences aloud. The park is on the right side of the street. Go straight ahead to the market. Turn left after the bridge. Now practice a short conversation. A. How do I get to the station? B. Go straight and take a right at the corner. This is real English you can use anywhere. Now let's talk about money vocabulary, because money appears in so many situations. You need words like cash, coins, credit card, price, cost, change, expensive, cheap. Repeat after me. I paid in cash. The shoes were cheap but comfortable. I don't have coins, only notes. The cost was high, but the quality was good. Good. These sentences help you in real shopping situations. Now, let's practice question. Repeat. How much does this cost? Do you accept credit cards? Can I have the change, please? These are short, but they make you sound confident when shopping or traveling. Now, let's move to daily routines and habits. These are the sentences you will probably use most often because they describe your real life. Common words include wake up, brush, eat, work, study, relax, sleep, repeat. Practice with me. I wake up and brush my teeth every morning. After work, I relax and watch TV. I study English every day. I eat lunch at noon. I sleep at 10 every night. Do you see? These are very simple sentences, but they are the building blocks of natural fluency. Now let's practice longer routine sentences. Repeat after me. I woke up early in the morning, brushed my teeth, ate breakfast, and then went straight to the station to take the train to work. I had dinner with my family in the evening and then watched a movie before going to sleep. I went to the bank yesterday to take out some cash and then walked to the market on the corner. Tomorrow morning, I will go to the park for exercise. Excellent. These long sentences show how fluency grows when you connect small words into big stories. Remember, each simple word is like a brick. Words like bag, bus, market, thank you, yesterday, by themselves, they are small. But when you join them together in sentences, you build strong communication. That is fluency. Now, let's add more vocabulary for city travel, because transportation is a part of many people's daily lives. Useful words include station, platform, ticket, fare, driver, passenger, bus, stop, train, subway. Practice aloud. I bought a ticket at the station. The driver stopped at the platform. The passengers waited at the bus stop. I traveled by subway to work. Imagine a conversation at the bus stop. A. When will the bus arrive? B. The bus arrives in 10 minutes. A. How much is the fare? B. It is $2. This is simple, clear, and real English. Now, let's talk about daily errands. These are the small but frequent tasks we do every week. Words include post office, letter, package, bank, deposit, withdraw, pharmacy, prescription. Practice aloud. I sent a package at the post office. I withdrew some money from the bank. The doctor gave me a prescription, and I bought the medicine at the pharmacy. Excellent. These sentences prepare you for daily conversations in real life. Now let's connect everything we've practiced into longer sentences. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I woke up early, brushed my teeth, and went to the station to buy a ticket. Then I traveled by bus to the city and sent a package at the post office. I studied English in the afternoon, withdrew money from the bank, and later relaxed by watching TV in the evening. This morning, I paid for my groceries in cash at the market, walked straight to the pharmacy, and then returned home to cook lunch. Do you notice how natural these stories sound? This is what fluency feels like, joining words together into complete sentences that describe your life. So in this part, you have learned communication basics, time words, directions, money vocabulary, and daily routines. These are the glue of English conversation. They make your speech polite, clear, and natural. In the next part, we will practice even more technology, family, relationships, shopping in detail, and combining sentences into longer stories. Each new step will make you more confident. Keep practicing out loud. Speak clearly. Remember, fluency is not speed. Fluency is rhythm, practice, and confidence. Every sentence you say aloud is another step closer to advanced English. You are making wonderful progress. So far, you have practiced the most common words for home, school, work, transportation, shopping, emotions, and daily routines. Now, let's go deeper into the world around you. In this part, we will focus on technology, family, relationships, shopping in detail, and longer stories that connect many areas together. Let's begin with technology, because modern life is full of it. You use technology every day for work, study, and communication. Useful words include phone call, message, internet, password, app, download, Wi-Fi. Imagine these real situations. I made a phone call to my friend, or I sent a message using the app, or I connected to the Wi-Fi at the cafe. Now, practice aloud with me. I downloaded a new app. I forgot my password. I used the internet to study. I received a phone call from my manager. These sentences reflect the reality of everyday life. They are practical, and they prepare you for real conversations. Now, let's move to family vocabulary. Family is one of the first things people ask about when they meet you. Important words are mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, cousin, grandmother, grandfather. Practice these sentences. My mother cooked dinner last night. My brother plays football at school. I visited my grandmother on Sunday. My sister studies English. I went to the park with my cousin. Do you see how natural these sentences sound? They describe real life, and that is exactly what fluency is about. Now, let's expand to relationships and friendships. Common words include friend, neighbor, classmate, colleague, partner, relative. These words are everywhere in daily conversations. Practice aloud. My friend invited me to dinner. My neighbor helped me with the garden. I have a good classmate at school. My colleague worked with me on the project. Each of these sentences connects to daily life. They are simple, but they make your English stronger. Now let's go into shopping again, but in more detail. Shopping is something almost everyone does. When shopping, you will hear words like discount, sale, cashier, checkout, queue, receipt, basket, store. Imagine this. I waited in the queue at the checkout, or the cashier gave me a receipt, or there was a discount on shoes. Now practice. The customer paid at the cashier. I put the apples in the basket. I got a discount during the sale. Excellent. These words are extremely practical because they are part of everyday life in the city. Now, let's combine transportation, errands, family, and shopping into longer practice sentences. Repeat after me. I went with my sister to the station to buy a ticket. Then we traveled by train to the city, visited our cousin, and later bought some clothes during a sale at the market. Yesterday, I went to the post office to send a package. Then I called my friend on the phone and invited him for dinner at a restaurant. My father withdrew money from the bank, bought groceries at the market, and then returned home to cook with my mother. I downloaded a new app on my phone and sent a message to my colleague about tomorrow's meeting. These longer sentences show you how simple vocabulary, when connected, becomes fluent communication. Remember, fluency is not about single words. Fluency is about joining words into sentences that describe your real life. Now, let's add vocabulary for the house in more detail. You already know bedroom and kitchen, but what about living room, sofa, carpet, lamp, television, shelf, mirror, bathroom, shower, sink, toilet? Practice aloud. I sat on the sofa and watched television. I turned on the lamp next to the bed. The shelf was full of books. I cleaned the bathroom sink. Good. These words allow you to describe your home more clearly. Now imagine this longer description. Yesterday evening, I sat on the sofa in the living room, turned on the lamp, watched television, and then took a shower before going to bed. This single sentence connects many words into one smooth story. Practice these too. The carpet is soft under my feet. The mirror is on the wall. The bathroom has a shower and a toilet. See how natural it feels when you practice in full sentences? That is real fluency. Now, let's explore cleaning vocabulary, another part of daily home life. Words include broom, mop, vacuum, soap, bucket, sponge, dust, trash. Repeat aloud. I used a broom to clean the floor. I put the trash in the bin. The vacuum cleaned the carpet. I filled the bucket with water and used a mop. I washed the dishes with soap and a sponge. These sentences may sound simple, but they describe real actions you do every day. Now, let's expand to emotions again, but with more advanced words. Instead of only happy, tired, or angry. Let's try confused, relieved, proud, curious, jealous, surprised. Practice aloud. I felt relieved after the exam. She was curious about the new phone. He was jealous of his friend's success. I was surprised by the gift. Now, imagine real conversations. A. How did you feel after the test? B. I felt relieved. A. Why are you smiling? B. I was proud of my work. Adding emotional vocabulary makes your English deeper and more personal. Finally, let's connect food in more detail. Beyond just breakfast or restaurant, think of fruit, vegetables, meat, fish, rice, bread, butter, sugar, salt, spice. Practice aloud. I cooked rice with vegetables. I put butter on the bread. The fish was cooked with spices. I like eating fresh fruit. I bought meat and fish at the market. Now practice longer sentences. I bought vegetables and fruit at the market, cooked rice with meat, and added salt and spices to make the meal delicious. I spread butter on the bread and ate it for breakfast. The fish was fresh and the vegetables were green. Sugar makes cake sweet. These are words you will use almost every day, so mastering them will make your English sound natural and fluent. So in this part, you have learned vocabulary for technology, family, relationships, shopping in detail, house and cleaning, advanced emotions, and food. You have also practiced combining words into longer and more natural sentences. In the next part, we will continue with public places, school in detail, social life, health and fitness, seasons and nature, and festivals. These topics will bring even more fluency into your daily conversations. Keep practicing out loud. Speak slowly and clearly. Remember, every time you repeat, you are building the rhythm of English in your mind and body. You are doing great. By now, you can describe your family, your home, your emotions, and even your shopping experiences. In this part, we will explore public places, school in more detail, social life, health and fitness, seasons and nature, and festivals. These topics are everywhere in daily life, so practicing them will give you powerful fluency. Let's start with public places. These are locations people often talk about when making plans. Common words include school, office, hospital, library, museum, cinema, restaurant, park. Practice aloud with me. I went to the library to borrow a book. We visited the museum on Saturday. They watched a movie at the cinema. The hospital is near the park. I had lunch at a restaurant. Now let's build a longer story. Yesterday, I went to the park, then walked to the library to read, and later had dinner at a restaurant before watching a movie at the cinema. This sentence connects 4 different places into one smooth story. Now, let's focus on school vocabulary in more detail. Beyond words like teacher and student, you also need subject, exam, homework, class, library. Practice aloud. The classroom was full of students. The teacher gave us homework. We studied for the exam in the library. My favorite subject is English. Now imagine a short classroom conversation. Teacher: when is the exam? Student: the exam is next week. Teacher: did you finish the homework? Student: yes, I finished it yesterday. These short exchanges are very useful because they prepare you for real interactions. Now let's turn to social life vocabulary again, but with more detail. Words like visit, chat, invite, dinner, party, gift, conversation. You may have practiced some of these already, but let's add more examples. Practice aloud. I visited my cousin last weekend. I gave my friend a gift for her birthday. We had a long conversation after dinner. The party was full of music and dancing. These sentences sound warm and natural, and they reflect everyday life. Now, let's focus on health and fitness, because staying healthy is an important part of life. Beyond doctor and nurse, we also use words like exercise, stretch, run, walk, gym, yoga, healthy, fit, diet. Practice aloud. I walk every morning to stay fit. She goes to the gym 3 times a week. Yoga helps me stay calm and healthy. I stretch every day to feel relaxed. He runs in the park in the evening. Now imagine a real conversation. A: do you exercise regularly? B: yes, I go for a run every morning. A: what about you? B: I prefer yoga because it helps me relax. This is everyday English you will hear often. Now let's move to seasons and nature, because people often talk about the weather, seasons, and the beauty of the natural world. Useful words include spring, summer, autumn, winter, season, flowers, trees, mountain, river, beach. Practice aloud. I love spring because the flowers bloom. We went to the beach in summer. The mountain was covered in snow during winter. Autumn leaves are beautiful. The river flows through the city. Now practice a conversation. A: what is your favorite season? B: I like summer because I can go to the beach. A: I prefer winter because I enjoy the snow. These are simple but natural exchanges. Now let's focus on festivals and celebrations, which are joyful parts of life. Common words include celebration, festival, holiday, birthday, wedding, gift, cake, party, fireworks. Practice aloud. We celebrated her birthday with cake and gifts. The wedding was beautiful. We went to a festival during the holiday. I gave a gift at the wedding. We watched fireworks on New Year's Eve. These sentences make your English sound happy and full of life. Now let's connect multiple areas into longer practice sentences. Repeat after me. In the summer, we went to the beach for a holiday, celebrated my sister's birthday with a party, and then returned home to relax. I printed a report at work, gave a presentation to my boss, and then went to the gym in the evening to exercise. During winter, I stayed home, drank tea, and read books near the heater. We had a festival in autumn. where people danced, ate food, and gave gifts. I walked to the park in the morning, stretched, and then went shopping at the market. Each of these sentences mixes vocabulary from different areas: home, nature, health, social life, into natural communication. Remember, fluency is not about speed. Fluency is about rhythm. Speak slowly, clearly, and confidently. Every time you practice a sentence like this, you are training your brain to think in English. So in this part, you have learned vocabulary for public places, school, social life, health and fitness, seasons and nature, and festivals. You have also practiced combining words into complete sentences and longer stories. In the next part, we will explore communication beyond greetings, transport in detail, feelings in action, clothing vocabulary, and emotions connected to shopping. These topics will help you sound even more natural in conversations. Keep practicing every day. Remember, fluency is built step by step, sentence by sentence. Step by step, you are building a strong foundation of English fluency. You have already practiced words for home, school, shopping, health, and even seasons and festivals. Now, in this part, we will explore advanced communication, transportation in detail, feelings in action, clothing vocabulary, and emotions connected to shopping. These areas will help you sound natural in everyday conversations. Let's start with advanced communication. Beyond simple greetings like hello or thank you, you also need short expressions that people use all the time. These include, how's it going, what's up, long time no see, take care, see you later, have a good day, good luck. Practice aloud with me. How's it going? Long time no see. See you later. Take care. Have a good day. Good luck on your exam. These phrases are short but powerful. They make you sound more natural because they are part of real conversations between friends, classmates, or colleagues. Now, let's move to transportation in detail. You already know words like bus, train, and ticket. But let's expand. Useful words include platform, driver, passenger, fare, timetable, delay, luggage, seatbelt, practice aloud. The bus driver checked the tickets. Passengers waited on the platform. The train was delayed by 10 minutes. I put on my seatbelt in the car. The taxi fare was expensive. Now imagine a short dialogue. A. What time does the train leave? B. According to the timetable, it leaves at 9:30. A. Why is it late today? B. There is a short delay. This is realistic language you can use when traveling. Now let's focus on feelings in action. You already practice words like happy and tired, but now let's learn how to describe actions connected to feelings. For example, smile when happy, cry when sad, laugh when excited, shout when angry, relax when calm. Practice aloud. She smiled when she saw the gift. He cried after watching the sad movie. They laughed loudly at the joke. I shouted because I was angry. I relaxed on the sofa and felt calm. These action-based sentences make your English sound alive and expressive. Now, let's talk about clothing vocabulary. Clothing is important because people often describe what they are wearing. Useful words include shirt, trousers, dress, skirt, shoes, boots, jacket, hat, scarf, gloves. Practice aloud. I wore a shirt and trousers to work. She wore a beautiful dress to the party. He put on a jacket because it was cold. I wore boots when it was raining. She wore a scarf and gloves in winter. Now let's practice in longer sentences. Yesterday, I wore a shirt and trousers to the office, but in the evening, I changed into a jacket and boots because it was raining. She wore a dress to the wedding and looked beautiful. In winter, we wear scarves, gloves, and heavy jackets. Now let's add shopping vocabulary connected to clothing. Words include size, fitting room, brand, cheap, expensive, style. Practice aloud. I tried on the jacket in the fitting room. The shoes were the wrong size. This brand is expensive but good quality. I like the style of this shirt. The dress was cheap but beautiful. Now imagine a real shopping conversation. Customer, excuse me, do you have this in a smaller size? Shop assistant, yes, you can try it in the fitting room. Customer, thank you. I like the style, but it's too expensive. Shop assistant, there is a discount today. This is real English you might use in any clothing store. Now, let's connect emotions with shopping experiences. People often describe how they feel when shopping. Words include excited, disappointed, surprised, satisfied, proud. Practice aloud. I was excited to buy new shoes. She was disappointed because the shop was closed. We were surprised by the discount. He was satisfied with his purchase. I felt proud after choosing the perfect gift. Now, let's create longer stories combining communication, transportation, feelings, and shopping. Repeat after me. I said goodbye to my friend, took a taxi to the station, bought a ticket, and felt excited to travel to the city. At the market, I bought clothes and was surprised by the discount. She greeted her colleague with, "How's it going?" then took the bus to work. The bus was delayed, but she stayed calm and smiled. Yesterday, I wore a jacket and boots because it was raining. I went to the store, tried on a shirt in the fitting room, and felt satisfied when I found the right size. My cousin visited me. We chatted, laughed together, and later went shopping. She was disappointed because the shoes were too expensive, but proud when she found a cheaper pair in another shop. Do you notice how these sentences connect many areas together? This is exactly how you build natural fluency. Remember, fluency is not about knowing thousands of rare words. Fluency is about mastering simple, common words and using them to describe your real life in full sentences. So in this part, you have practiced advanced communication expressions, detailed transportation words, action-based feelings, clothing vocabulary, and emotions in shopping. You also practice longer sentences and dialogues that bring these areas together. In the next part, we will go further into work and office life, school projects, food and cooking in detail, and communication in restaurants and cafes. These are everyday situations that will help you feel even more confident in conversations. Keep repeating, keep practicing, and keep smiling. Every word you speak is another step toward fluency. You are doing amazing work. By now, you can talk about clothing, transportation, shopping, and even express feelings with actions. In this part, let's focus on work and office life, school projects, food and cooking in detail, and communication in restaurants and cafes. These are topics you will meet often, so mastering them will make your English practical and powerful. Let's begin with work and office life. Many learners use English at work or in professional situations. Useful words include office, meeting, deadline, manager, colleague, project, report, email, schedule. Practice aloud with me. I wrote a report for my manager. The meeting started at 9 o'clock. My colleague helped me with the project. I sent an email to the team. The deadline is tomorrow. Now imagine a short office conversation. A. When is the deadline for this project? B. It is next Friday. A. Will you join the meeting tomorrow? B. Yes, I already added it to my schedule. This kind of language is simple, but it is what you need in real professional life. Now let's move to school projects and study life. Beyond words like teacher and student, we also need vocabulary such as presentation, group, subject, research, test, homework, library. Practice aloud. I worked on a group project with my classmates. The teacher asked us to give a presentation. We did research in the library. I studied for the test after school. My favorite subject is history. Imagine a short classroom dialogue. Student A, did you finish the homework? Student B, yes, I finished it last night. Student A, what subject do you like best? Student B, I like English because it helps me travel. This is real, natural conversation in school life. Now let's go to one of the most enjoyable topics, food and cooking in detail. Food connects people, cultures, and conversations. Useful words include ingredients, recipe, boil, fry, bake, chop, taste, delicious, spicy, sweet, salty. Practice aloud. I chopped the vegetables before cooking. She baked a cake for the party. We boiled rice for dinner. The soup was spicy but delicious. The cake tasted sweet. Now let's build longer cooking sentences. Yesterday I cooked dinner. I chopped vegetables, fried meat in a pan, boiled rice, and then added spices to make the food tasty. She baked bread in the oven, spread butter on it, and served it with soup. He boiled eggs in the morning and ate them with bread. These sentences give you the ability to describe your daily meals. Now, let's practice kitchen tools vocabulary. Useful words include pan, pot, oven, knife, spoon, fork, plate, bowl. Practice aloud. I cooked soup in a pot. She fried eggs in a pan. I cut bread with a knife. He ate soup with a spoon. We put food on plates and bowls. These words are very practical and appear in many daily conversations. Now, let's practice communication in restaurants and cafes. When you travel or eat out, you will often need these sentences. Common words include menu, waiter, order, drink, bill, table, reservation. Practice aloud. Could I see the menu, please? I would like to order a coffee. Can we have a table for two? Could I have the bill, please? I made a reservation for 7 o'clock. Now, imagine a short restaurant conversation. Waiter: Good evening. Do you have a reservation? Customer: Yes. A table for two at 7. Waiter: Here is the menu. What would you like to order? Customer: I would like pasta and a glass of water, please. Waiter: Of course, I will bring your food soon. This is real English you will use in many countries. Now, let's connect feelings with food experiences. People often describe emotions when eating or drinking. Words include hungry, thirsty, full, satisfied, hungry again, delicious, tasty. Practice aloud. I was hungry, so I ate lunch quickly. She was thirsty after running, so she drank water. We were full after dinner. He was satisfied with the meal. The food was delicious. Now, let's practice longer stories that combine office, school, and food vocabulary. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I went to the office, joined a meeting with my colleagues, and wrote a report for my manager. After work, I was hungry, so I went to a restaurant, ordered a meal, and enjoyed delicious food. The teacher gave us a group project. We met in the library, did research, and prepared a presentation. After finishing, we celebrated by eating pizza together at a cafe. In the morning, I cooked breakfast. I boiled eggs, baked bread, and drank coffee. Then I checked my schedule, sent an email, and left for work. These sentences show how fluency grows when you connect many simple words into longer real-life stories. Remember, fluency is not about difficult vocabulary. It is about practicing common words in real sentences. When you can do that, you sound natural and confident. So in this part, you have learned vocabulary for office life, school projects, food and cooking in detail, kitchen tools, and communication in restaurants and cafes. You have also practiced combining these into longer sentences and stories. In the next part, we will continue with travel experiences, hotel and airport communication, health in action, and sports vocabulary. These are situations that will prepare you for both daily life and international travel. Keep practicing out loud. Speak slowly, repeat often, and imagine yourself in real situations. Every sentence you say is another step toward advanced fluency. You are making fantastic progress. By now, you can describe work, school, cooking, and even order food in a restaurant or cafe. In this part, let's explore travel experiences, hotel and airport communication, health and action, and sports vocabulary. These topics are very common in everyday life and international situations, so mastering them will give you strong confidence. Let's begin with travel experiences. Travel is exciting and full of useful vocabulary. Important words include trip, journey, vacation, tour, guide, map, luggage, souvenir, practice aloud with me. I went on a trip to the mountains. Our journey took 5 hours. We had a vacation at the beach. The tour guide showed us the city. I bought souvenirs for my family. Now, let's practice a short conversation. A. How was your vacation? B. It was amazing. We went on a tour and bought many souvenirs. A. Did you enjoy the journey? B. Yes, but it was long and tiring. This is simple, but very real English. Now let's move to hotel communication. When you travel, you often stay at hotels. Useful words include reservation, reception, room, key, service, breakfast, checkout, practice aloud. I made a reservation online. I checked in at the reception. The receptionist gave me a room key. The hotel offered breakfast. We checked out at noon. Now imagine a hotel conversation. Receptionist. Good evening. Do you have a reservation? Guest. Yes, a single room for 2 nights. Receptionist. Here is your key. Breakfast is from 7 to 10. Guest. Thank you very much. This is exactly how communication happens in hotels. Next, let's go to airport communication. Airports can be stressful, but the words are simple. Important ones include passport, boarding pass, gate, security, luggage, flight, delay. Practice aloud. I showed my passport at security. The boarding pass had the gate number. The flight was delayed. I checked my luggage. We waited at the gate. Now a short airport conversation. Passenger. Excuse me, where is gate 12? Staff. Go straight, then turn left. Passenger. Thank you. What time is the boarding? Staff. Boarding starts at 6:30. These short exchanges are very common when traveling. Now let's talk about health in action. You already know words like doctor, medicine, and hospital. Now let's focus on actions. Cough, sneeze, hurt, recover, heal, rest, exercise. Practice aloud. I coughed because of a cold. She sneezed many times. He hurt his leg while running. I rested and recovered after being sick. The cut healed quickly. Now imagine a conversation with a doctor. Doctor, what's the problem? Patient, I have a cough and a fever. Doctor, you should rest and take medicine. Patient, thank you. I will follow your advice. This type of simple dialogue is very useful in real life. Now let's move to sports vocabulary. Sports are a common topic in conversations with friends, colleagues, or classmates. Important words include football, basketball, tennis, swimming, running, cycling, game, team, score, win, lose. Practice aloud. I played football with my friends. She likes swimming in the pool. We watched a basketball game. Our team won the match. They lost, but played well. Now let's practice longer sports sentences. Yesterday, I played tennis with my colleague, and we had a lot of fun. He ran 5 kilometers in the morning. We watched the football game on television and cheered for our team. My friend cycles to work every day to stay healthy. Now, let's connect travel, hotels, health, and sports into longer practice sentences. Repeat after me. During my vacation, I stayed at a hotel, checked in at the reception, and received my room key. Later, I went swimming in the pool. I traveled by plane, showed my passport at security, waited for my flight at the gate, and bought souvenirs for my family. Last week, I played football with my friends. After the game, I was tired, so I drank water and rested. She coughed and sneezed because she had a cold, so she visited the doctor and bought medicine at the pharmacy. Do you see how simple vocabulary can create real-life stories? This is what fluency feels like. Now let's add expressions of feelings in these situations. I was excited about my vacation. I was tired after the long journey. I was surprised by the hotel service. I was worried when my flight was delayed. I was happy when our team won the game. Adding emotions makes your sentences more real and more natural. Now, let's practice a longer combined story. Last summer, I went on vacation with my family. We made a reservation at a hotel near the beach. At the reception, we checked in and got our room key. Every morning, we ate breakfast at the hotel before going swimming. One day, I played football on the beach with some friends. After the game, I was tired but happy. On the last day, I bought souvenirs for my cousins and then checked out. At the airport, we showed our passports, got our boarding passes, and waited at the gate. The flight was delayed, but finally we flew home. It was an amazing trip. This story combines travel, hotel, airport, sports, and feelings into one fluent narrative. So in this part, you have learned vocabulary for travel experiences, hotel communication, airport communication, health and action, and sports. You have also practiced building sentences and long stories with emotions. In the next part, we will continue with nature and environment, daily conversations about weather, cultural experiences, free time hobbies, and technology in everyday life. These topics will give you even more confidence for natural communication. Keep practicing aloud. The more you repeat, the more natural your English becomes. Step by step, you are becoming more fluent. You have already practiced vocabulary for travel, hotels, airports, health, and sports. Now, let's focus on nature and environment, daily conversations about weather, cultural experiences, free time hobbies, and technology in everyday life. These topics are not only common but also very interesting for daily conversations. Let's begin with nature and the environment. People often talk about the beauty of nature, especially when they travel or relax. Useful words include tree, flower, grass, forest, mountain, river, ocean, beach, desert, island. Practice aloud with me. The trees in the forest were tall. I saw many flowers in the garden. The grass was green after the rain. We climbed a mountain last summer. The river flows into the ocean. The island was small but beautiful. Now let's create longer sentences. We walked through the forest, listened to the birds, and enjoyed the fresh air. The desert was hot and dry, but the sunset was amazing. I visited an island with white sand and clear water. Nature is not only beautiful, but also connected to our daily lives. That brings us to the environment. Important words include pollution, clean, dirty, recycle, protect, climate, planet, earth. Practice aloud. The city has air pollution. We should recycle plastic bottles. The river is dirty, but we want to keep it clean. We need to protect our planet. Climate change is a global problem. Now imagine a simple conversation. A. Why do you recycle paper? B. Because I want to protect the environment. A. That's a good idea. This is useful language for daily discussions. Now let's move to daily weather conversations. One of the most common small talk topics. You already know words like sunny, rainy, cold, and hot. Let's add windy, cloudy, stormy, humid, dry, warm. Practice aloud. Today is warm and sunny. Yesterday was rainy and windy. The sky is cloudy this morning. The weather is humid in summer. Winter is cold and dry. Now practice natural conversations. A. How's the weather today? B. It's sunny and warm. A. That's perfect for a walk. Or A. Why are you carrying an umbrella? B. Because it looks cloudy. It might rain later. These short exchanges are easy but very common in English. Now, let's talk about cultural experiences. Culture is a great way to connect with people from different countries. Useful words include music, dance, art, tradition, festival, holiday, museum, painting, history. Practice aloud. We visited a museum to see the paintings. The festival had music and dancing. The tradition is very old and beautiful. She studied art at university. We learned about history in the museum. Now a short dialogue. A. What did you do during the holiday? B. I joined a festival. There was music, dance, and delicious food. These are real ways people share experiences. Now, let's explore free time hobbies. Hobbies help you relax and make conversations more personal. Useful words include reading, writing, painting, cooking, gardening, traveling, photography, music, practice aloud. I enjoy reading books in the evening. She loves cooking new recipes. He spends time gardening on weekends. We enjoy traveling during the holidays. Photography is my favorite hobby. Now longer sentences. I spent the afternoon painting and listening to music. We traveled to the mountains and took many photographs. He enjoyed writing stories in his free time. Now, let's connect emotions with hobbies. I feel relaxed when I read books. She feels proud when she cooks a good meal. He feels excited when he travels. We feel happy when we listen to music together. Adding emotions makes your hobbies sound more personal and natural. Finally, let's focus on technology in everyday life. Technology is everywhere at home, at work, and in free time. Useful words include computer, laptop, phone, internet, app, message, video, online, download, upload, practice aloud. I use my computer for work. She sent me a message on her phone. We watched a video online. He downloaded a new app. I uploaded a photo to the internet. Now practice a short conversation. A. Do you use your laptop every day? B. Yes, I use it for work and study. A. What app do you use to learn English? B. I use an online app to practice speaking. This is modern, useful English. Now, let's combine nature, weather, hobbies, culture, and technology into longer stories. Repeat after me. Yesterday, the weather was sunny and warm, so I went to the park with my camera and took photographs of trees, flowers, and people. Later, I uploaded the photos online. Last weekend, we visited a museum, saw beautiful paintings, and learned about history. After that, we joined a cultural festival with music and dance. The weather was cloudy and rainy, so I stayed home, read a book, and listened to music. I felt relaxed and happy. During the holiday, we traveled to an island, enjoyed the beach, and bought souvenirs. I sent messages to my friends and shared videos of the trip online. These longer stories connect many areas of vocabulary into fluent, natural English. So in this part, you have practiced vocabulary for nature and the environment, daily weather conversations, cultural experiences, hobbies, and everyday technology. You also practice combining them into complete stories with emotions. In the next part, the final one, we will bring everything together. We will practice combining family, work, travel, hobbies, emotions, and daily routines into long, natural stories. This will show you how all of your practice connects to real fluency. Keep practicing out loud. Speak clearly. Imagine yourself in these real situations. The more you practice, the more natural you become. Thank you so much for spending this time learning with me. Keep practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Your effort will bring big results over time. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. You are not just learning English, you are becoming an English speaker. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you in the next practice. Keep believing in yourself and keep speaking with confidence.